Hello everyone, we're playing some rapid chess today. Okay, so I'm gonna play this gambit line against b3. I really don't know what to play against b3, but there is this gambit line with knight bd7, and we are gonna play it. This is called the Leela 0 gambit, and we get some pretty good pressure. We get the bishop pair, we get some pressure on g3. Okay, it seems like this guy knows the theory because I know this is supposed to be a good move. Um, let's throw in bishop here. Okay, he blocks with the queen. That makes sense. Yeah, these players play quite fast, so it's going to be interesting. If he's going to play a3, I don't want to go here because of this fork, which is quite annoying actually. But maybe I can go here, here, takes, takes, takes. He wins my rook at the end. So I think I made a bit of a mistake. I'm gonna have to bring the bishop back here, I guess. Um, okay, like we are down a pawn at the end of the day. His position looks okay. I'm just gonna castle. Again, my opponent's playing quite fast. Um, just trying to think, like I wanted to go here to put pressure, but okay, we have the bishop pair, their king's a bit misplaced. Okay, it's not over yet. Surprised this guy knows king f8 is the move. King f1 is the move here. Um, wonder if this is a new account. Um, okay, so e4 is a break here, I think. I'm debating between bishop e3. I think we're just gonna play bishop e3. Even king b8 is a good move. I think we'll start with king b8. I feel like king b8 is always a good move. Um, yeah, I don't really, like I said, my opponent's playing. He played the good move here, which I don't know. It's kind of sus, low key, but I mean, it's not a big deal. I don't know. It's kind of strange to me. Like I think I've never seen this being played. Everyone either plays g3 or queen f3, and so maybe he has some preparation here. So we do need to stay up on the clock. That's something I do want to focus on. I do want to play high quality. So I guess I'll think like, okay, e4. I can probably take if he takes with the knight. I don't know. It's interesting. Maybe I play c5. I don't know. Or f5. This seems kind of weird. Um, we do have the bishop pair as compensation. He can't ever go here because of here, I think, but maybe he has, I don't know, some weird tricks. Okay, so this move seems strange to me. Seems kind of slow. I'm even thinking if I should go c5 here just to get like a bind on this square he can never break with e4. Um, Bishop e3 also seems like a normal developing move. I want to try to figure out how I can break the center. Maybe a potential plan could be c5, c4 after bishop to e3. So I'm thinking bishop e3 here, take. He can capture with his knight and he's threatening here. I think c5 makes sense. I'm curious to see what the engine will think after the game about this move because this seems a bit provocative. Like it does create maybe some weaknesses long term. Um, but at the same time, we get a grip on this square. I don't know. Maybe he can play here and try to cement his pieces on this square. I'm not exactly sure. Um, but if he does go here, he does block in his bishop. So I don't know. My thinking was okay. So okay, he comes in here. Um, he's threatening to win our bishop pair, so I don't think I can allow that. Our bishop also cannot come to e3 anymore, which is kind of unfortunate. Uh, Trying to think how we can progress in this position. Um, Not gonna lie, I do like his position. Like, I don't want to trade off the bishops because I think that's like the one advantage that I do have. Perhaps I can go queen c7, g5, c5, something like this. I'm also debating if I just develop my bishop here. Because this move seems a bit slow. I do want to just develop my pieces. Like, okay, here, but this comes with tempo. Here he takes, queen takes. And he gets the bishop pair. So I think we are going to go queen c7, rook g8, b5, g5 maybe. This plan might be a bit slow, I'm not going to lie. Maybe he can start some play like this. I'm not exactly sure. Um, I just want to get g5. We have to be careful. We have to play rook g8 first, um, for this to work. Maybe bishop e3 was, I don't know. I just don't want to give up my bishop pair. It's kind of funny. I don't know where to put this bishop. Maybe I can get the bishop on this diagonal. I don't know if trading was necessarily good, but I didn't really see another option. Like I said, rook g8, g4, g5, g4 is probably like my idea here. Again, it'll be interesting to analyze after the game. Okay, so queen f3 is played. Not sure how much I like this move. I'm trying to think what his idea is. I think I'm gonna play rook g8, g5. This seems very, very slow. I'm not gonna lie, but I don't have a better plan. This seems very, very slow, just like intuitively. I feel like he's gonna play c4, and then if I take, he's gonna take, and he's gonna have some pressure on the g file, or on the b file. Like a lot of pressure. So maybe I have to play bishop f3. Yeah, this is sort of annoying. I think I have to play bishop f3, and we're threatening some discoveries here, I think. Um, we also overprotect this pawn. Still a bit unclear to me. Like right now we're threatening maybe takes with some discovery. I want to play g5, g4. Again, I don't know how good this plan is. I just don't know where to put my dark squared bishop, to be honest. Um, so I mean, this is kind of a weird position. Okay. So he's putting pressure here, but I think now we can play g5 and potentially follow it up with some ideas like this. This is covered by my queen. So I have to be careful. Here takes. He can take with the queen. So maybe I throw in this first. Okay, it's hard to say. Okay, he takes like this. I have to take with the bishop because if I take with the queen, he plays bishop takes c3. So I'm gonna have to take with the bishop. I'm wondering if I could even throw this in. So if I throw this in, takes, queen takes. Yeah, I think I take with the bishop here. I have to keep an eye on this square. I'm even thinking bishop e3 takes, rook takes. And at this point, I think the bishop pair is not such a big deal. I'm not sure though. But he might be able to have some rook f1 ideas, which I think I am now going to play bishop to e3, because now I think I need to get rid of this pressure on this diagonal. I'm going to recapture with the rook. And okay, I think I have some ideas with f5, maybe not right away because of takes, queen takes. Actually, no, I can go for this right now, actually. Um, I'm also putting pressure here. Calculating knight here takes. He probably would take with the rook. If he takes the pawn, I think g5 is very strong. I don't even know if I want to take this. Maybe I don't even take. But I think in this position, at least this rook is out of the game. So maybe this gives me some life. Okay, so he comes in like this. Um, okay, so what are we looking at here? So first instinct I'm thinking is rook e1. I'm assuming there he's gonna go here, right? And what if I break with f5 anyways? Like what is he threatening right now? What is he doing right now? Like can't I just go here right away? I guess he can close the center. I go bishop f3, but then he gets this square for his knight. So even okay, so rook here, queen here, f5, push, push. Okay. It's not so clear. I'm even debating takes, queen takes, but opening up this file seems really dangerous. the same time, is it really so dangerous? Because I'm also going to be winning this pawn. I don't know how to evaluate this. I think I'm going to take if he plays rook g1, I come back. He's going to have some nasty, nasty pressure, I feel like. Okay, I don't want to spend too much time thinking. Let's just bring the rook here. He's going to go queen here, I think. And I'm trying to figure out what I want to play in that position. Probably bishop f3, knight here, rook here, maybe. And I don't know. It's really, really, really tricky. I don't honestly know. I just want to maintain my. I had a 1 minute clock advantage that kind of has gone away. Um, Maybe I can put some pressure on this pawn. It's kind of hard because this knight has this good square here. I think this is probably the best square actually in some lines. Yeah, he goes here. So do I have some ideas to come in like this? So rook here, queen g7 is forced. Um, yeah, I don't know how much I like that. So I want to play here, here, here. Yeah, let's go for it. I don't know if this is good or not, to be honest. Um, I honestly have no idea. I just need to play a bit quicker. It's hard to say whose king is in more danger. Yeah, I'm gonna come here. If he plays knight f4, I have to go here, I think. Knight here is a bit annoying, now that I see that. Okay, so now I'm gonna apply some pressure, I think, on... I'm trying to think, do I go rook here or bishop here? Let's go bishop here. He's gonna block with the knight. I'm gonna take, and then we're just gonna put some pressure on this squares, I think. If he takes with the queen, I'm gonna get a lot of pressure, I think, on this weak pawn. Again, I don't know if taking was the best decision. Okay, so now he closes the file. So now we're just gonna put everything on this pawn. And maybe we can claim that these pawns will be weaknesses. I honestly don't know. Okay. Okay, how are we gonna make progress here? A4, B5. I think this is the only other break I see in the position. We need to open things up. As long as he can't get this pawn move in, we'll be fine. His king is a bit funky, and again, he's really, really defending. We're putting a lot of pressure on this backwards weakness. Oh, he can. No, he can't push here. My bad. I have three things covering this square, but I wanna open up some stuff here. Okay, he comes here. Okay, we're gonna put our rook on here. If he pushes, I will take, and I guess we'll go into this endgame. Um, I'm not so sure actually if I want to go. Maybe I take with the pawn and bring the king in like this. Okay, so we're gonna open up this flank. And maybe there are some threats like here, like for example, if, yeah, I think I am gonna take with the pawn. Yeah, now there are some threats like this if he's not careful. No, no, there isn't. There isn't any threats like that. I am tripping because this is defended 3 times. Okay, so I want to take, and perhaps swing the queen over, try to infiltrate like this. Okay. Okay, so I need to do some calculating here, which I'm not very good at. So he's threatening f3. So if I take, he takes. I go queen here. He pushes. I have g6 probably. And yeah, we're gonna go for this. If he pushes, I should have g6, I think. And hopefully my attack is coming quicker than his. I don't know. Okay. So I'm wondering if I can take, rook takes. It doesn't seem like it does anything. Okay, how can I apply more pressure on the position? Um, okay, check, rook here. Yeah, it seems like his king is safe. Okay, we're gonna bring the queen back here to cover this square. Again, this is like a really crazy game. I don't know if any of these checks did anything. I think he just gets his rook here. Maybe I should play c6 just to permanently get rid of this idea. But I feel like that weakens a lot of the squares around my camp. I don't know. It's hard to say. I really don't know what's going on in this position. We just have to keep putting pressure on our opponent. That's all we can do. Um, yeah, I think c6 and I don't know. I'm trying to think. We have to watch out for mating ideas on the b file. Okay, so he does come here. And again, there's some mating ideas. So I'm gonna throw this check in, and then I'm gonna come back here, just so he doesn't have ideas to come here. That was sort of the point. Okay, so now I want to try. Let's go queen here, maybe. And if he goes rook here, we're going to get the two rooks for the queen. I think I'm going to go into this ending, right? Okay, we're going to see how this is going to go. Okay, we're winning some pawns. He always has to be aware of forks. And there is one right here, right? Okay. And this should be completely winning. Okay, we gotta let's be careful. Let's just make sure we're not letting him get any tricks. Okay, we're threatening to win this pawn. Okay. Let's just blockade it. If he takes here, we take here. Um, okay, let's bring this pawn in. Just prevent him from coming here. Let's bring our king in, our queen in, I mean. Threatening a fork. Okay. Okay, let's just march the pawns up the board. Okay, let's not stalemate this. Right, so the king always has this square. Just keep giving checks. I don't know if these guys think it's funny or not, but okay, so okay, that was an interesting game. Okay, so now we're in the analysis portion of the video. So this is what I kind of yapped about it a little bit, but I'm just gonna cut to here. Basically, whenever you guys play a game, you want to analyze it, especially um, like just in general, but it's even more important if you're unfamiliar with the middle game plans or structures that arise out of the middle game, or maybe you made a mistake in the opening. Uh, and that is what I'm doing here. I have a study called Sideline and Flank Openings, and what I would recommend you guys to do is pick. This is going to be the model game for the Nimzo-Larsen chapter, and we're just going to go through it. So E5 is like the classical approach. I know D5 is also a move here. This is like a very offbeat try B3. I think it is quite rare. It's almost like a reverse Owens defense. They try to put pressure, and I think a very practical way to meet this is just gambiting this pawn, getting the bishop pair and winning some tempi on this bishop. This bishop has moved one, two, three times, and we've sort of replaced our knight, right? And the whole idea here is to go queen g5 and put pressure on the light squares because there are some light squared weaknesses due to the absence of the light squared bishop. So queen g5, king f1 is I think the best move. So I'm probably just gonna write this is, I believe, the best move. I'm not gonna go through the entire annotation aspect, but so we go to Explorer here, right? Bishop g4 is what I play. I guess h5 is also a move, but okay, yeah, Bishop g4 is what I end up playing. And yeah, this is a quite a good try, but I think King f1 is the best move. Yeah, King f1 is the best try, and as you can see here, King f1 is played 11% of the time. I'm not sure what I have my settings as because I should put it at um should put it yeah, I don't know what I have my settings as, but I should put this as 2200 and above, I think, right? Yeah, I'm not exactly sure how to do that. Okay, but that's okay. It's not a big deal. But okay, Bishop G4. That's what I played. I think Knight F3 is probably the best move. This makes sense to me. So like the most common tries after Bishop G4 are or not Bishop G4. After this is Queen F3, which is the move that I expect the most. Pawn to G3, and I guess Knight F3, right? These are the other tries. So these are some things I can touch on either now or whenever I meet them, right? Whenever I meet them in practice. So Bishop to G4, our opponent plays Knight to F3, unpinning and simultaneously attacking the queen. Queen h6 seems to be the main move here, which is an improvement, right? Queen h6 is only played 26% of the 21% of the time. I played queen g6, right? Because I thought maybe there are some ideas of coming here, but then I realized, oh, like for example, if I go here, he has this knight a4 trick, so this can be an improvement, right? Queen to h6, I can write this is an improvement over my move queen g6, and I believe the reason this is now a3 is not so dangerous because we can just keep the bishop here because the rook is pinned, right? So for example, h3, I'm sure we don't even move the bishop. We castle, right? Queen h6 is felt here. Queen h6 exploiting the pin. We can focus on rapid development. So, and okay, we get here, and I could probably analyze this game a little bit forward. What I like to do is I put will annotate in practice. This basically means like I will probably go more in detail if I see this in a game, or I can just get to it later. Like there's no point of focusing on this if I'm not gonna face it because b3 in itself is a pretty rare line. So, but okay. We fast forward a bit, and here I sort of evaluated, okay, I think objectively white's probably a little bit better, 'cause they have this it's sort of like a I don't even know, like a this looks like a Nimzo Indian, which I guess this kind of is a Nimzo Indian. Um, they got like this sort of like little center that they can play, you know, various breaks. It's quite flexible. Um, yeah, the moves I was considering here were basically just castling. I didn't know if whether I wanted to put my bishop here or here. I guess I was hesitant. Like I wanted to put the bishop here, but in all these lines, my bishop is getting kicked around. So castles, King B8 is just like a useful move. I sort of just wanted to see like, what is my opponent gonna play? Other candidate moves I think are like C5. I think Bishop E3. I don't know why actually. Bishop D3 seems good because now there is no knight jumps into this square. So King B8. Yeah, I think Bishop D6 is what I should have played here because now I don't know. For some reason I thought there was going to be a knight coming to harass, which doesn't even make sense because I have A6. So I think Bishop D6. What was I afraid of here? Oh no, I was afraid of this, right? I was afraid of him playing this move and then taking and then knight takes, and I have to move the bishop. I remember. So this is what I didn't like bishop d6, I'm pretty sure, because he gets to play e4. So I wanted to play c5 to prevent this and then go bishop d6. So I'm trying to think like, okay, like bishop d6. Um, yeah, I'm wondering if I can just meet this with like, I don't even need to take, like what if I just play like rook here? And now I can maybe play, I could even think of playing c5, right? Like I actually don't mind this. Yeah, this is like equal. I'm sure that I had a better continuation than this, but maybe I could have just gone for that. But c5 allowed this exchange, which I didn't really like, actually. I guess, I don't know. I just didn't like this for some reason, but okay. Like queen c7, I just wanted to get out of the way for the g pawn, right? I wanted to march. And maybe that's also why queen h6 is good, because I don't block the g pawn in a lot of these lines. Because I even saw, like, even back here, uh, like rook g8 was one of the engine moves here, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, rook g8, and I guess rook g8 is an idea to push the g pawn. So I can even say, there are ideas to push the g pawn, so rook g8, getting out of dodge is a good idea as well. So, like, this is sort of what I'm saying. Like, you want to have your own, like, just little annotations. I'm not going to go super in depth. I already am. But okay, let's go up to this point. Takes, queen c7. I wanted to play g5, g4, queen f3, rook g8. Again, I didn't really know where I wanted my bishop to go. I obviously don't want to go here because I get my structure kind of ruined and my king side is a bit weak. Uh, so c4, I thought this was a good move because if I take, he can take, and he has some very unpleasant pressure on the b file, I think. Like, very, very unpleasant beat on the b file. And yeah, his king is misplaced, but it's kind of, one thing that I've learned is that whenever you have your king in the center, if your pieces are active and you're creating threats and it's not really clear, like my pieces right now aren't super active, right? Like my pieces are kind of dead. It's kind of like, okay, like yes, my king is in the center. Yes, it looks unsafe, but you have to have that skill to evaluate, okay, like this is probably not going to work. So taking, I think, was suicidal. I liked bishop f3 because I was even considering bishop f3 on the previous move to create this alignment. But take, and then now again, I don't want to open up the b file. If he takes, great. Um, g5, yeah. So taking, I don't know if I really wanted to take this pawn because again, the b file opens. Uh, but okay, he puts some pressure here. And here I thought it was fine to go bishop e3 because now, okay, I wanted to hold on to the bishop pair, but okay, this is his most active piece. I can swap it off, maybe have some ideas of swinging the rook in. I don't really know. I think this is a good move. I guess he needs to get his queen out of this idea of f5. Um, I honestly don't know. Here I was quite like this is what I would say is a critical moment. I would say this is a critical moment. So this is something I can come back to maybe off camera to look at because I think I would say also here was another critical moment, I would say. And I feel like critical moments are when either the structure changes or or something else. So I'm not exactly sure. Yeah, again, I don't know if this is the right decision because I saw this move and I didn't really. I thought here he should have gone knight here, knight here. I thought this was a very. I don't know what I would have done here. I probably would have to go like bishop to e2, and I think this is very, very dangerous. Like, I'm curious. It says it says black is better here. Huh. Okay, I don't know. I guess bishop b4 hitting this pawn. So I guess it's not all sunshine and rainbows, but I thought this was a decent continuation. I don't know. I don't think Engine fully appreciates like I don't know. I feel like it's very easy for me to slip up in a position like this, but okay. We continue. Okay, bishop b5 again targeting this weakness. I saw this as the only defense. Yeah, and now we put pressure on the weakness, right? And we want to open up more things. Takes. And again, here I was just sort of playing around, and I think this was a mistake. I think this was a mistake to allow me to win because his pawns are really weak, right? And the queen is very good, and his king is not safe. Typically, the two rooks are better than the queen um, when the pieces are more well coordinated and the king isn't in the center, right? Here, I think this is just better for black, right? Yeah, and it's the engine is also agreeing, right? And already you can see the practical troubles because you hang a fork and then, this is just technique, right? I just need to make sure that his pawns don't come forward, win the rook, end the game in checkmate, right? So, yeah, like I said, this is like the Leela Zero Gambit. Um, Grafe has a video on this. You can also play this in reverse, which honestly I feel like I get more often. Via the move order, d4. You can play e4 as well, by the way. But this is the reverse variation. You can play h4 first, and it's the same idea. Takes here. It's the same thing in reverse, but you're up a tempo, and uh, it's the same exact idea like queen g4. So this is like the reverse Leela Gambit. So, um, yeah, that was a kind of a crazy game. I am now curious. We're now going to turn on the engine and just see what happened throughout the game. I guess, yeah, so up till here, everything was fine. So it was recommending I take here, which seemed very counterintuitive. I'm curious what the idea is. Takes. Oh, he can't take with the queen because, yeah, so this is something I should have considered. This idea that I can take on C2 at the end. So I didn't even consider that. Um, and yeah, this seems like to be the top move here because they have to take with the G pawn, and again, it says it's equal, but I think this is in practice going to be very tough to find safety for the white king. So here, king b8. Yeah, king b8 is always a good move, right? Like you always know it's a good move. Yeah, so bishop d6, I was afraid of e5. Guess d takes, knight takes, and bishop e7. So it wanted to move the bishop back. Again, I think this is very hard for a human to play. Maybe I have to play c5 on the next move. But okay, like, I didn't want to go into that line. Yeah, c5 seemed pretty weakening. I think I played queen c7 here. Yeah, and it seems here white almost has a winning advantage. But they need to find a move like f4, which, once you see that move, it's like, oh, I'm taking use of this outpost. But I think from a human perspective, this is quite tough to see. Queen f3, rook g8. Yeah, it says here he's lost his advantage because of bishop c6. And okay, I guess I can play g5 right away, which I did. I'm supposed to take with the rook. Yeah, to target this weakness. So again, another improvement, right? Because after rook takes, like, I'm sure that I can even sack the exchange. Wow. This is kind of a crazy. It's recommending to give up the queen. Why is this so bad? Is the queen getting trapped here? I think it is. Yeah, this is a bizarre, bizarre line. Yeah, wow. Um, I didn't even consider that, but okay. So yeah, lots of things I missed in this game. Yeah, bishop c6, g5. Yeah, okay, here, rook e d8. I guess just continuing to pile up on this weakness. Yeah, why did I not do this? Yeah, I have no clue why I didn't play this. Like, bro, because now that I take, his file is blocked. Yeah, I played a lot of mistakes in this game, and it's sort of because of the time, I feel like. But okay, like, we fast forward, and okay, let's... I think from here, though, the game should be pretty even, right? Oh, wow, I missed another winning chance. No, I don't think I did. Yeah, like I said, I think it was pretty even from here. Yeah, and I thought this was the critical mistake here, because now we can take twice on d3, and the queen and the two rook is probably gonna be better than the two rooks in this position. So okay, I think I'm gonna leave it here. Uh, I'm probably gonna do some more analysis on my own, but yeah, I'm gonna try to upload some more videos. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Yeah, and I'm gonna be playing on Lichess probably from now on. Not for any reason. Like I like chess.com. I just reached like kind of a new peak here, so I don't want to kind of um I just don't want to like get upset if I drop below, which is kind of a bad mindset anyways. But I just want to avoid that. And on Lichess, I can put my games into the study. That's also another good deal. So uh yeah, I will catch you guys later, and thank you guys for watching.